Howdy, y'all. Come on in, take a seat. We're going to go on a little journey together. I'm Daniel, and this is Mineheart Woodworks. I did not really get into this until after my grandfather died, and I basically told my grandmother and my father that I wanted his woodworking stuff. And so now I have basically a whole shop from stuff that he had purchased. Some of it he never even got a chance to use before he passed away. But I have been slowly working my way at getting everything situated and moved from the shop that he was using to this shop back here, as my father wants to turn the old shop that he was using into a lathe shop. So I will give you a little bit of a look around my shop and other projects that we have going on. Some of this stuff I did buy from auctions. All of the totes up top full of wooden items to make log trucks and clocks and such. Some of these hand planes were his. Some of them I purchased at garage sales or auctions. Same with these sanding blocks. I have a whole array of different clamps. And then you have the old Delta radial saw, dust collector, old joiner, belt sander, another little belt sander. I recently purchased this wide belt sander at a auction. A little toolbox full of stuff. He had the Admiral miter saw. Here's a cutting board I currently have gluing up. Here is some of my wood that I have. This is some of my walnut that I have. It is 1.5 roughly by 1.5 by about 15 inches. Then I have cherry, maple, and then there's some bigger walnut cut-offs. And then some random wood that I've purchased: teak, birch, padauk. I have some purple heart, some yellow heart, canary wood. I believe that one was black limba under there. This is my cutoff bin for the hardwoods. Piece of cedar that I had purchased. Here's some more of the random wood that my grandfather had. This is some of the random wood that I've purchased. There's maple, mahogany, cherry, walnut in there. There's another shelf of random pine and oak and things that he purchased. Another random pile of just a little bit of walnut, some pine, some dimensional lumber. Here's some more walnut that I have. Here's a case of wheels that I had purchased from an auction. This was my grandfather's old planer, little Sears 12.5 inch. My router table, currently covered with more stuff purchased at auction that I've got to get through. A 32 inch wide mouth sander that I've got to get rebuilt. My bandsaw that I purchased at an auction for $20. my Grizzly 13-inch helical head planer that I had upgraded to. In the back of my grandma's garage, I have a bunch of basswood. This is where she stores her firewood, so I have to go through and get this out of here. Some old barn wood, some walnut up here. I have walnut behind the door hiding. Underneath this plastic, I have a whole bunch of walnut slabs. They're all about 3 inches thick, give or take. And then on this side, if I can use this one, we have a bunch of oak cookie pieces. And behind my grandma's garage, we have a trailer full of reclaimed pine, tongue and groove, that my grandfather had cut down the tree, milled, did all of the work before he built the house. That was the ceiling in there, but they had an issue. This was my grandfather before the one that recently passed away. And then in the pole barn, we have another couple shelves full of, I'm not 100% sure, I think there might be oak, pine, just more wood that I have to go through and figure out what to do with it. And then over here we have some more random wood that he has that I have to go through and figure out what to do, if it's any usable or if it's better to be burned. Thank you for stopping in, checking out the channel. Hopefully in the next video I will have a build going, and hope to see you again.